So as you saw from the thumbnail, I'm going to start work on this Lotus Super 7 Series 2. Just got it here next to the Galaxy 500 that I did last year as a comparison, just to show you exactly how tiny this thing is in comparison. It's basically like almost two of these cars to make the length of this Galaxy 500. And even still, this is 1/24 scale. The Sudden Death Mustang that I did earlier this year, that's 1/25. This thing is still tiny. So it's like, wow. I mean, this is the smallest model probably that I've ever built, short of the old Lindbergh ones that I did when I was a kid. I'm excited to build this kit. The reason why I think it's a reissue is because I don't think Tamiya had remote control cars that looked that good back in the 80s. And obviously that's not an 80s era Porsche, but still, I was looking through this, and I mean, Tamiya, let's face it, Tamiya puts out great kits, and look forward to building more of them. But on to this one. So I was looking at the body, and I'm looking at the rest of the kit, trying to determine if I'm missing anything, which at first glance I'm not. So we're just going to kind of set this guy off to the side. And by the way, I mean, the fit on this is great. Whoever had this kit, they did a great job on the paint. I'm not going to change anything on it. I was looking at the instructions on how they say the interior tub should be like a semi-gloss black or even flat black, but you know what, I'm just gonna keep it as it is. I think I will deviate for the seats. Instead of painting them red, I'm gonna do a sand beige or one of my military tan sprays for those. I mean, there's just not a lot of parts for that, but I will, however, detail paint obviously things like the firewall, the battery, debating with the wiring. But if you do build this kit, I was looking at the instructions right off the bat, be real careful about clipping off any tabs that you see, like this one here, because they actually do have a purpose. They connect together. So be real careful about snipping tabs. So I'm gonna set that off to the side. Just a quick little look-see at the parts. Very well done engine. That'll lend itself for some detail painting. I am debating about wiring. There's the side draft carbs, the wheels, and I think when I look at this, I think they did a coat of clear on this. At the very least, if they didn't paint it, they had a gloss coat of clear. So you know, we'll still detail paint it. I like it, so I'll kind of keep going. The black, when I thought this had maybe been cleared, if not painted and then cleared, I think the black is also painted. I can't really tell for sure, but it just doesn't have the same kind of sheen as it does with bare plastic. So what I plan on doing, there's like the tonneau cover, various structural supports, the suspension, is I'm going to look at the painting instructions and just basically detail paint what's here. I'm going to assume that these two trees are already painted, and I will just detail paint those. Transmission right there, the what do you call it, tunnel, transmission tunnel for lack of a better term, I think it should have also been painted at the time, but it wasn't. So I'm thinking that I might very well just paint this semi-gloss black and have it as a nice contrast. Then again, I might do the sand beige. I don't know. I'm going to research and see if this was fabric covered or if it was just kind of like painted, you know, tub color. Don't know. But super tiny seat right there. There's a couple of them in the kit. At least I want to make sure there's a couple of them in the kit. Tires, really well done, separately packaged. Always a good thing. To me, it does not skimp on quality. I've not seen a bad Tamiya kit yet. Decals, little roundels, and the decals that can go in there. Debating which one I'll put in, but I like the look of that And then what also kind of caught my eye was when I was looking at the instructions, they were talking about bending the tabs on the grill. So if you see here, there's this package of some chrome pieces and the clear glass for the windscreen. But also, I'm going to go ahead and open this up right here. Check this out. Photo etch. And it's very tiny, very delicate. You just bend the tabs on there as you mount them on the inside of the front nose or even in the front of the nose. And yeah, it's just really cool. I got some canopy glue for that, so take care of that rather easily. Nice little chrome for the wheels. I might not use these. I kind of like the kit instructions where they showed one with and one without. And I just kind of look at the ones without thinking they're kind of like the race ready. Like if you take this out to an autocross course, like where I saw this one at, yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. Then you have an option either doing split windscreens right there or a single windscreen. And there was also, trying to think if, actually they don't, I think they have brackets for them, but the windscreen surround, you'll have to pick that out with a Molotow chrome pen, mask it, paint, what have you. So yeah, this kit's gonna look out to be a really sharp kit once it's built. I'm gonna check and see if there's any holes that need to be drilled. If they do, I have some really tiny pinhole drill bits that I can use that I got from Harbor Freight. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get cracking on this. I got about 4 hours on the workbench tonight before my wife gets home from work, so I'm gonna make good time with that, hopefully, and we'll just kind of keep you updated on the progress. Okay, so one thing I wanted to point out what I planned on doing is I definitely decided on doing the Clubman Racer windscreens, which are the two smaller windscreens, and according to the instructions I have to drill out those 4 holes in order for them to fit proper. I'm also going to mask and paint this flat black or semi-gloss black as I work on detailing things. So yeah, I just happened to catch that one. I'm going to go on ahead and start drilling the holes and go from there. So I just wanted to show you a quick little update. The front suspension, after some detail painting, got that in there looking real nice, and it has Poseable steering. And this looks sweet. I can't wait to see what this looks like when it's on all fours. I mean, it just, the fit so far is just super impressive for such a small kit. But I wanted to show you that. I'm going to keep building. Hey, here we are sitting in the afternoon, and as you can see, I've got a lot of parts mocked up and ready to go for almost final assembly. Been at it for about an hour or two here. As you can see, it's on all fours, sits level. Wheels are Poseable, very nicely done. I did get the photo etch in place. Looks really, really nice. Then as I take the hood off, you can see the detail of the engine bay there. Again, this is just mocked up. Eventually I have all this glued in. I have the dashboard. Have to readjust the steering wheel, but got the decals in place. Everything looks pretty sharp. Undercarriage, very nicely done. Again, this is not my paint job. Whoever did this one beforehand did a great job. Very sharp, very glossy. So I think about another hour or two of work and this one will be ready for the shelf. Thinking still whether I want to use the decals for a Club Racer version, like the roundels with the numbers on it. I don't know. Could do that to mimic something I saw back when I was in my autocross days, or It could be something that's been sitting in somebody's garage that's all glossed up and ready to go to a Cars and Coffee on a Saturday or Sunday morning. So, you know, still got some ideas on that. I'll have that set up for the next video, along with some in-progress shots of the Revell 71442 that I'm getting ready to start work on, as well as Danny Hamlin's Toyota. I want to try and get those two items going. So, until then, got some other pictures to show you here behind this. And meanwhile, just continue building the cool kits, and we'll catch you in the next video.